Hi everyone, this is YMerch, and today I have another Latin textbook that I'd like to show you guys. This is Latin Language, Literature, and Life, Book 3. And this one seems to be in better condition than the other volume that I have, Language, Literature, and Life, Book 2. I don't have the first one. But this is very, very old. You can see there's a little eagle on the back. This was found in the back of one of my former Latin classes. When they were cleaning out the bookshelves of all the books they didn't need, they said that I could keep this. So we already have some nice looking artwork here. The pages are actually starting to turn a little yellow on the sides. So you can see this is in really good condition because I assume nobody used this. And I also assume that no one really made it that far to be able to use this because this is a higher level textbook since it is part 3. Let's see, well, 1939 is when it was copyrighted, so it says here that it is made of 4 parts, 2 sections of prose, 1 section of poetry, and a group of varied passages for sight reading. It says that there's, well actually let's look at the table of contents to see which authors it has. You have Sallust, you have Cicero, Ovid, Livy, Tacitus, Seneca, Aulus Gellius, Pliny the Younger, and we also have a list here of all the pictures that you would see in this textbook. I guess there's a lot of them. This is a cool one. And I'll just be flipping through these. Let's see if they refer to movies as moving pictures like they did in the second one. That's how you know this is old, that they still call them moving pictures. And maybe I can find a good Latin passage for me to read. Everybody's just having a good time. And there's a map of Italy and surrounding areas. Oh, this one's actually in color. You know, that face right there, that's a mood. That's a mood right there. That is also a mood right there. Big mood. I'm sure every classicist has seen this picture at least once. I think it might be on the front of Wheelock's Latin, I'm not sure. But I've definitely seen it in the Cambridge Latin course. That is a very, very popular picture to use in textbooks, I see. Morning hospitality, but not for conspirators. Oh, this is actually an image of how slaves were sold. Of course, this is just an illustration. We don't actually know how they were sold. We don't have any pictures from the Roman times. These guys don't even look like they're looking at him. I think they're just sort of looking up. And there's good old Chickpea himself, Cicero. Translated a small amount of Cicero when I was still taking a Latin class. Yeah, people are not exaggerating when they say that you cannot find the verb. They do use a lot of pictures in here, which is nice because if this was all words, this would be so boring. Huh. That's pretty cool. Well, they have a section here for suffixes. That's pretty cool. You know, I really wish that I had learned Latin roots. Like, they would have helped me so much. Maybe if I learned them when I was a lot younger, maybe like elementary or middle school, it would have helped me so much with reading. This is a Sistertius. Oh. I skipped a page. Oh, here it is. It's Caecilius from the front of the Cambridge Latin course textbook. He's a banker. And they just take it so calmly the way they phrase this here. Gauls are being seized by Roman soldiers. Like, okay. They don't explain it any more or any less than that. Unit 6, the conspirators meet their doom. See, that's something you'd never see in a modern language textbook as a chapter name. You'd usually see something about like health and wellness, or travel, or like food and drink, and things like that. Yeah, no, not here. You would be seeing things about conspiracies or war. Oh, here are the this is Pompey. And that's Mark Antony. First and second triumvirate members right there. Not here, I was just holding the page. I think this entire book is centered on Cicero. I might have said some other names earlier, but it seems that most of it right now is about Cicero. So here is the map of the Roman Empire. Huh. This is Sappho. She is a poetess in ancient Greece. They have some very IKEA-looking chairs right there. You see that? I say it kind of looks IKEA-like because IKEA is known for their geometric shapes. It's a nice dress. I'd wear that. Ah, here, see? They refer to it as a moving picture. It says, this scene from the moving picture The Last Days of Pompeii represents the lavishness of a Roman banquet. A Battle of Alexander the Great. Okay, this is off topic, but when I was taking an Italian class, I found out that a fruit salad is called a Macedonia. I think that's how you say it. And I just started laughing because I imagined like a big fruit salad with Alexander the Great just sitting inside of it. Because he's from Macedonia and a fruit salad is basically called a Macedonia. So, bad jokes. How am I going to show you this? This is a map of Greece and neighboring areas. Oh, I want to read this, actually. Let's read this. This is in English. It says, the study of the meanings of words is called semantics. An understanding of the semantic development of words often explains apparent inconsistencies. In some instances, we can see how one Latin word developed from another, often with a changed meaning. The word aiger, for instance, means sick, while aigre is commonly translated with difficulty, yet evidently the latter was derived from the former. The semantic development is explained in this adverb, which meant in a sick way, naturally developed to mean with difficulty. Another example is altus, from the past participle of allere, to nourish or to feed, which meant well fed. People who are well fed are likely to be big, and bigness usually includes height. Thus the meaning of tall developed for altus. The same characteristic from one point of view may be called height, from another depth. While looking down into the Grand Canyon of the Colorado, a spectator would describe it as deep, but if he were at the bottom of the canyon, he would call the walls high. So the Latin word altus came to mean deep, as well as tall or high. Another type of change in meaning is illustrated by facinus, from the same root as facio. At first the word meant merely an act. Later it was frequently used to mean a bad act, a crime. Oh, that's interesting that these are written in English. It has to do with Cicero, of course. This is when you start getting into poetry. I remember doing this one. This is about Daedalus and Icarus. I'm pretty sure I translated this. I'm sorry, what? Isn't it nice to go up in a swing? It is surprising to learn that rope swings were in use 3,000 years ago. Okay. That caption, though. You know, this one's probably short enough for me to read to you. This thing for Pyramus and Thisbe. This is short enough for me to read to you, definitely. So, I'm going to read you a little bit of Latin. This is I'm not sure if this is the whole thing, or if it's just excerpts. This is Pyramus and Thisbe, which is my favorite story. I'll whisper this one. Pyramus et Thisbe, juvenum pulcherimus altera, quas oriens habuit, praelata puellis, contiguas tenuere domos ubi dicitur altam cuctitibus muris quinxisse semiramis urbem, nuditiam primosque gradus Virginia fecit, tempore crevit amor, taede quoque iure coissent, sed vetuere patres, quod non potuere vetare, ex aequo captis ardebant mentibus ambo. Conscius omnis abest, nutu signisque loquuntur, quoque magis tecitur, tectus magis aestuat ignis, visus erat tenui rima, quam duxerat, ol
vices domui communis utrique, id vitium nulli per saecula longa notatum, qui non sentiamur, primi vidistis amantes, et vocis vegistis iter, tutaeque per illud murmure blanditiae minimo transire sollevant. Saepe ubi considerant hinc dispe, puramus illinc, inque vices fuerat captatus angelitus oris, in vide digebant, paries, quid amantibus obstas, quantum erat ut sineres, toto nos corpore iugni, aut hoc sinimium est velat oscula tanda pateres, nec sumus ingrati, tibi nos debere vademur, quotatus est verbis ad amicas transitus aures. Talia diversa nequiquam sede locudi, sub noctem dixere vale partique, dedere oscula quisque suae non pervenienta contra, postera nocturnos aurora removerat ignes, solque pruinosas radiis sigoerat herbas, ad solidum coiere locum. Dum murmure parvo multa prius questi, statunt ut nocte silenti fallere custodes foribusque, excedere temptent, cumque domo exierint, urbis quoque tecta relinquant, neuesit erandum lato spatiantibus arvo, conveniant ad ostanini, lateantque sub umbra arboris, arbor ibi niveis uberrima pomis ardua morus erat, elido contermina fonti, pacta placent et lux tarde discedere, vis saprecipiatur aquis, et aquis nox exit ab istem, callida per tenebras versato cardine tuspe, eggredior valitque suos, ad opertaque vultum pervenit, ad tumulum dictaque, sub arbore sedit, audacem vagiebat amor. Venit ecce recenti caede leaina, bohum spumantes oblita rictus, depositura siti muicini fontis in unda, quam procul ad lunae radios Babylonia tuspe vidit et obscurum timido pede fugit in antrum, dumque fugit tergo, velamina lapsa reliquit, ut lea saeva sitim multa compescuit unda, dum redit in silvas inventos forte sine ipsa ore cruentato tenues lania vita mictus. Serius egressus vestigia vidit in alto, pulvere certa, ferae totoque expaluit ore puramus, ut vero vestem quoque sanguine tinctam reperit una duos inquit nox perdet amantes, equibus illa fuit longa dignissima vita. Nostra nocens anima est, ego te miseranda, peremi, in loca plena metus qui iusi nocte venires, nec prioro queni, nostrum divelite corpus, et scelerata vero consumite, viscera morsu, o qui cumque sub hac habitatis rube leones, sed timide est, optare necem, velamina tuspes, tolit et ad pactae, secum vert arboris umbram, utque dedit notae lacrimas, dedit oscula veseti, accipe nunc inquit nostri quoque sanguinis haustus, quoque erat acintus, demisit in illa ferum, nec mora ferventi moriens, et vulnere traxit, et iacuit resupinus humo. Cruor emicat alte, non aliterquam cum vidiatio vistula plumbo scinditur, et tenui stridente foramine longas eiaculatur, aquas atque ictibus aera rumpit, arborei vetus aspergine, caedis in atram vertuntur, vagiem made vagdaque, sanguine radix purpure osculis oculis animisque requirit, quantaque vidarit narrare pericula gestit, utque locum et visa cognoscit in arbore formam, sic vagit incertam pomi color. Haeret an haexit. Dum dubitat, tremebunda videt pulsare cruentum membra solum, retroque pedem tulit oraque buxo pallidiora gerens ex horruit, aequoris instar, quod tremit exiguacum summum, stringitur aura. Sed postquam remorata suos cognovit amores, percutit indignos claro blancore lacertos, et laniata comas amplexaque, corpus amatum vulnera supplevit, lacrimis fletumque cruori miscuit, et gelidis in ultibus oscula vigens purame clamavit, quistin mihi casus ademit, purame responde, tua te carissima tuspe nominat, ex audi vultusque atoleia gentes, ad nomen tuspes oculos amor te gravitatos piramus erexit, visaque recondit illa, quae postquam vestemque sum cognovit, et ense vidit ebur vacum tua de manus, inquit amorque perdidit in felix, est et mihi fortis in unam hoc manus, est et amor David hic in vulnere vires, persequar extinctum ledique miserimaticar, causa comesque tui, quique a me morte revelli eo sola poteris nec morte revelli, hoc tamen amborum verbis est o te rogati, o multum miseri meus iliusque parentes, ut quos certus amor, quos hora novissime junxit, componi tumulo non invidiatis eodem, ad tu, quae ramis arbor miserabile corpus nunc tegis unius mox, est tectura tuorum, signa tene caedis pulosque et luctibus aptos semper habe vetus, gemini monumenta cruoris, dixit et aptato pectus mucrone sub imum incubit ferro, quod ad hoc accaede debebat, vota tamen dedigere Deos, dedigere paretes nam color in pomo est, ubi permaturit ater quodque rogis super est una requiescit in urna. So yeah, 2 people just died in that thing that I read. I should have just read these. They seem short. So I hope you enjoyed that Latin part there. We're only like halfway through the book. I don't really see so many colored images here. I only see really just the black, white, and gray images. Oh, and here it is. Never mind. I take it back. It's a different style of drawing. They have a lot of the mythology stories. I wonder if there's a book after this one. I don't have it. If there was, I only have the second and third books. I should have done these instead because these are shorter.
These are the sight reading passages. Yeah, I should have used these instead. Perhaps I should read these things about the months or something like that, or at least the entire thing from Ovid at some point in another video. I don't know. We got here some charts. I love charts. They're so orderly. That's my favorite thing about learning languages, the charts. And actually, it might be my second favorite thing. The actual favorite thing might be like finding out where certain words come from, like maybe like the linguistics of everything. It's a lot more fun than the charts. But yeah, this just gives you like everything. Because Latin changes its forms. Here get some example sentences for grammar examples. I like that they put all of this in the back so that if you really need to look something up, it's there. Like, I'm sure they teach all this stuff in the book, which is what the exercises are for, all those translation things. But it's also here in the back for you to use. Oh look, there's a Roman calendar. And you have the vocab, which is basically like a small dictionary here in the back. Imagine learning all of those words. There's only one word here that ends in Z, and that's zona, which is a belt. That's the index. Here's the same picture from the front, from the beginning. So that's all that I have for this video today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you felt relaxed. And I will see you in my next video. Valete omnes.